welcome to How to Film Weddings. My name is Nick Miller, and I'm joined by the one and the only Mr. John Bunn. He just did a bow. If you're not watching on YouTube, you should be. John, how are you doing today?
I'm excited. I am thankful. It is spring, the best month or best season of the year. I can't be upset. I've dropped a few pounds. I've been hitting the gym. I feel momentum. And of course, wedding season's coming up. Our course launch is coming up like a week away. I don't know. I just love it. I love all of this. I love being part of the How to Film Weddings team. I'm just in a really great mood. How about you? What's up with you?
I am doing very, very well. Getting ready as of when this launches, going to Tahoe for a wedding. Very excited about that. Life seems to be going well. My son is dominating Paper Mario Origami King. So it's a Nintendo Switch game. So he's been watching all of the YouTube tutorials on how to beat levels that he doesn't know how to beat because it's kind of a puzzle game. So anyway, that's been fun watching him get it. Very excited about that.
That is neat. Yesterday, as I'm recording this, was my wife's birthday. Spent the day with her. We went to antique shops. We bought a little table. We bought stuff that in frames. I don't know what was going on. We had sushi, and then later we had steak. I mean, it was a good day. So really good things. Like and speaking of good things, this is your 1 week alert. 1 week from today, the complete wedding videography
play some
course.
sirens or something, maybe.
Yeah, right here in 3, 2, 1.
Woo!
You're the siren. Okay, yes. Turn Nick into a GIF or GIF. Don't fight me on that. I'm neutral on this. But 1 week from today, the complete wedding videography course launches. And as we speak, today we are pushing and we started Instagram with Intention, a free 5-day workshop. All you have to do is head over to howtofilmweddings.com/intention to get signed up. It's a free 5-day challenge, getting intentional with our Instagram. And that's what we're doing all week long here. We are getting intentional with our Instagram. And so today, Nick, we're going to be talking about something. Over the past 4 years of doing How to Film Weddings, we have reviewed lots of Instagram pages.
Lots.
Dozens upon dozens, hundreds of dozens. And we see a lot of common mistakes. And so in today's episode, we're going to talk about 5 Instagram mistakes that we see. But first, do you have anything to add, Nick? I talked a lot.
You did talk a lot. No,
As always.
It's fine. It's fine. It's good. You say good things most of the time. So I appreciate it whenever you talk a lot most of the time. Okay, I'm just going to keep on going here. Yes, we are really excited about the complete wedding videography course coming out next week. Again, the website, if you would like to get on the waitlist, get a free section, some other freebies, go to completeweddingvideography.com. We are also really excited that we are announcing an Instagram mastery little mini course that will be included in the complete wedding videography course. We have plans to launch that in the late summer, early fall. That will come in there. But if you have purchased the course in this next week, or you have purchased it in the past, you will get that for free included within the complete wedding videography course. And that is an Instagram mastery little mini course kind of thing. We're just going to do a deep dive, all things Instagram. We have one very similar for YouTube that is a part of the course. So anyway, lots of good stuff. We're so excited. But we are going to right now jump into the 5 mistakes that we see people making on Instagram. Again, we have done so many reviews and so many audits of people's accounts, people asking us questions about their things. And so we're just going to jump into this. It seems like there are new cameras and equipment coming out all of the time. It gets increasingly confusing and the FOMO is real. John and I have been preaching for years that the best way to try out new gear is to rent before you buy. There is only one place that we recommend when it comes to renting, and that is our friends over at Lens Rentals. Lens Rentals is the premier source for renting not only camera equipment, but lenses, drones, projectors, and more. Do you have a big project coming up and you really need to wow your couple? Wanting to test out the newest camera before you drop thousands on it? You need Lens Rentals. My favorite thing is that if I love something I rent, I can keep it. They apply a portion of the rental fee to the purchase price, and within a few simple clicks, the gear is mine. So head over to howtofilmweddings.com/lensrentals and use promo code HTFW15 at checkout for 15% off of your order. Lens Rentals, the only place we recommend renting. The first thing that we are seeing, John, that I see, that you see, is there's no personality on the account. Okay. We're talking about things like your profile picture or your bio, or it's just very generic. It doesn't stand out. It's vanilla. And again, vanilla is one of the most popular flavors of ice cream in the world because it's solid. It's fine. But we said before, you don't go like calling your best friend about this great ice cream you had. And they're like, really, what was it? And you're like, vanilla, right? You want to stand out a little bit. So John, why don't you just share a little bit, talk a little bit about, things that we're seeing about this, like no personality on Instagram accounts.
Yeah. And we've done it before. We do these reviews for people. They send in their URL to their Instagram tag or whatever. And whenever I first jump onto someone's profile, I can tell pretty quickly whether or not they're intentional with their Instagram account. And the personality will shine through, or it will be a very generic wedding videography vibe. And so I would challenge you to kind of look through your profile, things like that. But if your profile picture is not intentional, if you haven't really thought about it, showing up, showing your face, showing things about you in the bio, talking about yourself in your bio, making it easy for people to know who you are by going to your page, do that. Check that out. And the other thing about your personality, it should be fluid and flowing through all of your posts, the way that you write captions, the way you show up in your feed, the way that you show up in your stories. You need to have personality. I think about brands like Bottle Brush Films, and they are full of personality, or Multiply Media. We just had them on the podcast. So much personality, and it's easy for someone to get drawn into their account, to scroll for a while, and then decide to follow them. And why is that important? Because it helps you get bookings. So personality is really, really important. Nick, what tips do you have to help people showcase personality?
Lean into, who you are. And if you're not sure, talk to someone, figure that stuff out. And whenever I say lean into who you are, a big part of that is going to be showing your face. I have talked to so many people over the years of owning a business who are like, no, I like being behind the scenes. I like being behind the camera. I don't want to show my face. I don't want to do that sort of stuff. But showing your face is so important because people don't want to work with faceless entities. They don't want to work with a logo. They want to work with a person. And one of the things about showing your personality on your social media is that you are going to attract the people that you want to work with and repel the people that you don't want to work with. Mm-hmm. Okay. So whenever you have those things figured out, it is only going to help you further down the road get the type of clients that you want to work with. So show your personality. Again, show up on stories. If that's your face talking or you typing stuff out, or, put your face out there, put your face in your profile picture, rewrite your bio. So it's something interesting about yourself, something funny, something whatever, so that you are standing out just a little bit.
Yeah. You sparked a thought, and I wanted to say this too. This isn't just information on Instagram as a whole. It's like, this is information on Instagram as wedding professionals. And people, like you said, Nick, people don't really just want to work with a logo. Even if you do have a team of people, show off your team, show off your personality in your bio, in your profile. If you have your logo as your image of your profile, be sure that you're showing up in your grid a bunch, or linking to the personal pages of all the people that are part of the team. But being intentional about showing your personality, because you have to think about this. You have to think about the bride or the groom, and they're in this process of trying to book people. If they're searching wedding videography, wedding photography, wedding professional, things like that. And if they're in that mindset, they've probably been to 20 or 30 different people's profiles at this point. And what's going to make you not seem like vanilla ice cream to them? Sure, it's fine. The videos look pretty. After a while, the main differentiator is going to be the people and the personality of the brand more than anything. The work is going to matter. And if you can really infuse like incredible work into that, obviously that's going to help. But if you go to a page and you can't find who's shooting, you can't find anything about the people, what's that going to do to you? Is it going to make you more drawn in to wanting to follow along, or is it going to make you want to skip on to the next person? So be sticky, be memorable, stand out. And there's no perfect scenario, perfect science on what to do, but you have to look and be intentional about that, or you're just going to kind of blend in. Nick, the next mistake that I see, and it drives me bananas. That's a new word. It drives me bananas. And this is when people don't format their posts correctly and they don't format like their feed correctly. There's just a complete lack of awareness when it comes to how they're posting things. There's maybe a black screen on the, as the icon or the image that's on the feed. Why don't you talk about what kinds of things you're seeing when it comes to formatting posts correctly and formatting the feed?
Yeah. So the one thing that couple things that I want to talk about this. Number one, now with Instagram, you can both on mobile and on desktop. Did you guys know that you can like basically do everything that you can do on mobile except upload reels? As we're launching this podcast, you can do everything on desktop that you can do on your phone except for reels. So I know that that's been kind of a trick for people, is like, man, I want to like upload this video, but I have to transfer it to my phone. And then get like, if you have your full feature film and you want to upload it from your desktop or laptop, you can do that. But in saying all that, the thing that I was trying to get to is you can upload your own cover photo to those videos. So it used to be that you had to, pick a section of a still from the video and make that. But now you can actually upload an image to be the cover photo for your feed. So that is something that you need to being intentional about the imagery that you are putting on your feed as you are putting it out places. The other thing that I am seeing more and more, because Reels is kind of a weird thing, I think it's kind of messing with people whenever it comes to formatting their videos. Okay. The actual, is it 1x1? Is it 4x5? Is it 9x16? What am I doing? Is it 16x9? What am I doing? How am I uploading it? So be mindful of what those things are and do it. It drives me crazy whenever I see a video that should be a 4x5 ratio and it's stretched to a 9x16. Or, doing the real thing, but you're like, oh, I hate vertical video. So you put your 16x9 right small in the middle on a reel. Okay. I have been a pusher of this since the start of How to Film Weddings and even before. You need to be uploading vertical videos to get the most out of Instagram. My opinion. I know everyone doesn't do that, but my opinion is you need to be uploading vertical videos to Instagram to get the most out of it. So check your formats. That's both the cover photos. That's all of that stuff. John, what do you have to add?
And thinking about all the people that we've had these reviews for, when thinking about like the formatting of the actual posts, the 9x16, 4x5, 1x1, whatever it is, like finding what works for you, finding what makes it the most attractive for Instagram, for the platform, for people watching on their phones. But I also see just people not formatting or thinking through or being intentional with the way that the feed itself feels and the format of the feed. And like similarly to like some of the things I've seen, like, the first frame of a video is black and you didn't like set a cover photo. It's just a random, or maybe one post on the feed looks like it's a 16x9 image or it's zoomed in too far. It's just, there's no intentionality behind it. Those little things matter a lot. And then also pay attention to the kinds of images or video, like cover photos that are around that image. If all of your photos look the same, it's going to start to feel vanilla. If every single photo is a couple face to face at sunset, it's just going to feel the same. But mix it up, show some landscapes, show some of you, show back to your personality. You can show more of you. You can show a lot of different things, but think through the way that the entire thing is formatted, not just even the way the videos are. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to add to that. Nick, what's the next Instagram mistake?
In where we are today, as of releasing this, the next mistake is going to be not using Reels. And I know there's some people out here that are like, another thing, whatever. But Reels are important and they are here to stay. They are getting pushed more. They are getting more eyeballs on your stuff. They have a way higher chance of going viral. Anyways, and I think a lot of people just maybe have this perception about what a reel is and how they should use it and how they should not use it. And so the thing that John and I definitely believe is a mistake that you are making in your business when it comes to Instagram today is not using reels. What do you have to add?
I've been around for 15, 16 years doing wedding films now. And when I first started, Instagram didn't exist. Facebook business pages didn't exist. Google was new. And I've just seen it time and time again. And I can't guarantee that Instagram is going to be the place to go forever. TikTok is putting a really big dent in the Instagram world, and we think you should be doing things on TikTok. But I remember when Facebook for Business came out, and this is it. There was a time before it was here, and this, you probably, some of you are like, "What's Facebook for Business?" But it was awesome because you would post a video and Facebook would try to show that thing to every single person that was your fan on your fan page. And I spent hours and courses and just thousands of dollars learning how to do Facebook for Business and poured all this time into it. And I remember people being like, well, that's stupid. I'm not going to do that. The way you get bookings is you go to bridal shows and you get in the phone book. That was what was happening 15 years ago. It's like, you need to be using Google ads and you need to be in the phone book. And it was like, they couldn't get past the phone book or Google ads at the beginning, or bridal shows only, or they thought it was stupid. And I went and I really started pouring my time into getting people to follow me on my fan page and posting. And I would have videos with hundreds of thousands of views organically. And I booked hundreds of thousands of dollars of work because of it. And what happens in these platforms is they are always looking for the next big thing to push. And I heard it whenever Instagram came out. Oh, it's another thing to do. I'm not going to get on Instagram. And slowly but surely, like, people that wanted to stay in business got on Instagram. I heard the same thing with TikTok. And when we did episodes about TikTok, people were like, that's stupid. That's for teenage girls that want to do dances. And same thing now with Reels. And people are like, it's just another thing. I don't want to do it. I have to do all these different things. And if you don't do it, it's not going to necessarily shut down your business. But if you're not paying attention to Reels and trying to learn how to do that and start to incorporate that into your workflow, you're going to be missing out on the virality, like Nick was saying, the potential. I've done a bunch of Reels. I'm always testing new different things. Sometimes it's an emotional moment. Sometimes it's something that's just pretty, or a 1 minute teaser, or just two shots in a sequence that look pretty and that's it, or using a different song or different. You don't have to on Reels be pointing at different things on your screen. You don't have to be dancing. You can get creative with your Reels. And what it's happening right now as we're recording this is that Mark Zuckerberg has tried to buy TikTok, and they said, no thanks. You can stick it where the sun doesn't shine. And so what he did was he took Reels and he said, we're going to copy TikTok and we're going to push everything towards Reels. And so they are making videos that show up in people's feeds again and again, hundreds of thousands of times. And this is where they're going and pushing people to viral things. So don't sleep on this. Reels are very important. Nick, what else do you have to add?
The only thing that I can think of is, it stinks. But if you want to be relevant in this industry, if you want to continue to make it, you need to adapt some of these things that other people are starting to adapt. Okay. Now I know that, as a 40-year-old man, like, doing Reels, isn't something that I'm like, I want to be in front and do these like silly things where I'm pointing or what. That might not be necessarily what me personally want to do, but I know the importance of adapting these things and applying them to my business. And I know in 2023 and 2024 and 2025, when the next app comes out and there's something else ridiculous that we need to do, I'm going to be one that's like, hey, I need to look into this and I need to figure this out because I know the importance of doing stuff like that. So we have a couple more mistakes that we are seeing people make on their Instagram accounts, and we will get to those right after this break.
Nick and I have to tell you about one of our favorite places to upload our wedding films, and that is Love Stories TV. Love Stories TV is one of the best free resources for us wedding filmmakers. The best part is they are bringing the couples to us. All we have to do is upload our films and we are good to go. Upload unlimited wedding films to your completely free business page. Setup is easy and your films can be live in just minutes. Now is the perfect time to start uploading to Love Stories TV. So head on over to howtofilmweddings.com/lovestoriestv to check out all of the details and see how Love Stories TV is giving away $10,000 in cash to wedding filmmakers just like you. That's howtofilmweddings.com/lovestoriestv to start uploading and connecting with the right couples today.
One question that we see wedding filmmakers asking, what is the best site for licensing music? We have one answer, Musicbed. I have been exclusively using Musicbed since 2016 and our films are better because of it. I have been told during consultations that couples love our films because they feel raw, authentic, and that the music wasn't cheesy. Musicbed has a roster of incredibly talented musicians, bands, and composers who pour their hearts into their work, and you can hear the difference. Find the perfect song with Musicbed's intuitive search features like genre, mood, beats per minute, and key, which is probably my favorite of the search parameters. Head over to howtofilmweddings.com/musicbed to do what I did and take your wedding films to the next level. Use promo code HTFW22 at checkout to receive 1 month free with the purchase of any annual subscription. That's howtofilmweddings.com/musicbed. All right, we are back from break and we are continuing to talk about the 5 Instagram mistakes that John and I see people making whenever we audit their accounts. We have looked at hundreds, if not thousands, of different people's Instagram accounts over the last few years, giving our feedback. And these are some of the most common things that we've seen. The next one is not being consistent. Okay. And whenever I say this, I am sure that you might be sitting there thinking, like, I can't post every single day. I can't show up on my stories and do 4 or 5 a day. I can't do reels every single day. That's not what we're talking about. I mean, if you have the time and the energy to do stuff daily like that, that's incredible. But that's not what we are talking about. We are talking about consistently showing up, consistently staying in front of people's eyeballs so that they will want to reach out to you. John, expound on that idea of consistency a little bit.
Consistency to me is like the sexiest word in the business alphabet. I don't know, in the business dictionary, like the people that are consistent. I don't know if that's that we should pull that one quote out and make that like my new bio image. But point being, consistency, like if you think about how to film weddings, we've become successful over the last 4 years of being consistent with a Monday episode for 200 weeks in a row. Just being consistent, showing up, being there. Not every single episode that we've recorded is the best episode that we've done. That's impossible. And I think that so many of us aren't consistent because it's like, I have to have the perfect thing to put out or I'm a failure. You know, it's this perfection thing. Perfection is not what we're looking for here. It's consistency and finding something that fits within your groove that you can be consistent with. For me, it's about 2 to 3 posts a week and showing up in my stories every other day or so. Like that's kind of for my John Bunn Films brand. That's how I'm consistent. And the thing I would say to you, if you're not finding consistency, that would be to pre-plan and pre-figure out your content. Be very intentional with that and like batch edit things together. Really think through your feed. Don't wake up on Monday and say, oh, I need to get something out, and then spend 2 hours editing it, then get it out and feel like, whoo, I'm good. And then tomorrow you're like, it'd be much better to post once a week or twice a week for the entire year this year than once this month, once in 6 weeks, once in 2 more months, 3 times the next week is inconsistency. So staying consistent will not only help you, to show up to more people, but it helps you with the algorithms. It helps Instagram understand what kind of content you're putting out. It'll show you up more on Reels. So maybe make yourself a content strategy and be consistent with it. Well, on one day a week, I'm going to put out a Reel. On one day a week, I'm going to put out a post. and I'm going to post on stories every day or whatever that is, but write that out and plan time in your calendar. Literally put it in your calendar. It's like social media editing time or whatever. And then now you can plan that out and be consistent. Nick, any thoughts?
Yes, I was actually going to say, speaking of consistency and a content calendar and figuring out that stuff, I want you to go, guys, right now, sign up for our Instagram with Intention workshop that we are doing. Okay. You sign up for it. We're doing content like for 5 days. It's just little, 5 to 10 minute little videos each day. But at the end of that challenge, we are giving you a 31-day content calendar starter. So it's like ideas of topics, things that you can fill in the information, and it's a month's worth of stuff so that it will help you with that consistency factor. Now, maybe you don't want to post every single day, that's fine, but now you have 31 different days, 31 different prompts, 31 different things that you can do, which you are getting for free. That is included in the Instagram with Intention little 5-day challenge, little 5-day workshop we are doing, that you can sign up for at howtofilmweddings.com/intention. So John, we've talked about 4 things. We're going to jump into this 5th thing. And I have seen you really take it up a level over the last couple of months with this one. And I have seen so many people that are not connecting with other people, not connecting specifically with professionals and vendors with their clients on Instagram. Whether that's, they're posting a reel and they're not tagging everybody, or, in their post or their stories, they're just not tagging the right kind of people, but not connecting with others. What would you say to someone? I think everyone is like networking and connecting with other people is something that's great. How can I use Instagram to help me connect with my right client, or how connect me with the vendors that I want to work with? What would you say? What would you say about that?
Yeah. And thank you for the compliment a second ago that I've been really upping my game on this. I really do think that if you want to charge more, you have to be connecting with more people that charge what you want to be charging, or recommend people. And Instagram is this beautiful and terrible and amazing and like annoying tool that we have that's free, that is an easy way for us to connect with people. And when we're talking about connecting, we'll go back to the walking up to a girl in a bar scenario. You do not want to walk up to a girl in a bar if you're a dude like me and just say, "Hey, let's get married." Like, that's probably, if that works out, the kind of person that says yes might not be the person you want to say yes. You'd want to walk up and maybe sit down, maybe a little nod, "How's it going?" Just a little handshake. And then you might strike up a conversation. And then you might get to know her a little bit better. Then you might say, "Can I grab you a drink?" "Oh, let me grab your Instagram name or your number," or whatever. That's it. That's it. Maybe the next week you go on a date. Fast forward 20 years, you got grandkids. It's awesome. Okay. There's a little bit in the middle there, but connecting with people, I think that wedding filmmakers especially aren't very good at like, how do I connect without sounding like I'm cold calling or whatever? And I just say reverse engineer it. Like, how do people connect? How do the people that connect with you, what do you like? Are they immediately walking up to you and saying, "Here's my business card. Here's my business"? No, Instagram allows you to follow maybe a wedding planner or a photographer you really like. Just follow them. That's it. Once you see a photo that you like, "Hey, I really like those flowers. Hey, I really like that thing," or whatever. Like, just commenting, interacting, maybe sending them a DM saying, "Hey, I just saw your work over here at this venue. I love this venue." So Instagram is great for connecting with people, connecting with professionals, like connecting with other professionals in your city, like just following people that you worked with, or just like you were talking about tagging people, just being considerate of people that you're working with, connecting with people you already know, the photographer at the wedding you were just at. Follow them, send them a message after the wedding. And then, Nick, I would love to hear what you do when it comes to connecting with local pros and maybe even people at the wedding, or like your couples, the bridesmaids, the groomsmen. What are you doing when it comes to just in general connecting with other people on Instagram?
Yeah. So one of the things that we do that I'm not hearing a lot of people do is in our questionnaire, I'm asking the bride for you and the couple, asking them for their, handles. And then I am asking for everyone in the bridal party what their Instagram names are. So then whenever I post the video, I'm not tagging them in the post, but I'm like tagging them in the video, because you can tag them in two different places. I'm tagging everyone in the bridal party in that video. So now I know that 10, 12, 15 people are seeing the work that we do. And most of the time, most of those people, most of the bridesmaids typically will end up following us. And, now they're in our ecosystem. So now whenever we're posting new videos, they are a part of it. So I'm connecting with them that way, trying to be fun with them on the wedding day. John is really good about, at least you used to be. I don't know if you're still kind of in this, but you're taking pictures of, bridal party and you're like, hey, what's your handles? I'm going to tag you. So then, make sure you share this or, that sort of stuff. So I'm connecting with people that way. One thing that I started doing this last year, which I'm sure that there's lots of people that do this, but I will take all of the handles and I'll write down like Instagram, photography, videography, planner, venue, all that stuff. And I will just make a note and I will put, Steve and Sarah's wedding, and then that information below it. So every time that I make a post that has anything to do from their wedding, I am tagging the entire vendor team. Mm-hmm. Even if it's a shot of the cake and I'm talking about the beautiful cake or whatever, I'm still tagging every single one that was on the vendor list just so that I can pop up and I can show up in there. Moving forward, since we do a lot of destination work and we do a lot of travel stuff, if I work with specifically a photographer or a planner that I really, really like, I am commenting on their stories. I am commenting on their posts. I am asking them how they are. I am showing up to them so that they will remember who we were. And they're like, oh, Nick and Jen were great to work with. I'm going to refer them again or something like that. So just think of ways maybe outside the box that you can continue to keep those relationships.
Yeah. And on the heels of that, as you were talking, it was just making me think like on a typical wedding day, like, we talk about this a lot in our course, but like connecting with the wedding party, connecting with the families, connecting, and then making sure like one thing that I do like after every single wedding is I will go in to the couple's profile and I will like the day after whatever, they start sharing stories from the wedding. They start sharing other people's points of view. And I will go in even before the wedding day. If they like, I have a wedding coming up in San Diego and the bride just posted her bachelorette party in Cabo with like 20 different girls and she tagged them all. Guess what I'm doing? I'm personally going in and following all those people and just like before the wedding, I followed them. I am, their wedding party. A lot of them follow me back. Some don't, but that like introduces me to them before the wedding day. They can start to get to know me a little bit. Then on the wedding day, they're like, oh yeah, I follow you on Instagram. It's like, oh, okay. Like they've been pulled in and they're connected to me on the wedding day. I'm a really cool hang. Hopefully they think so anyway. And like, I'm connecting, I'm remembering their names. I'm doing all this work, connecting with all the different people, the planners, whatever. And then I am liking and commenting if they post on their stories on the day, if the bride shares somebody their story or whatever from the wedding day, like to tag them doing their grand entrance. I'm going into that post and I'm commenting on that Instagram story. Like, oh, what a great angle. It was so cool at the wedding yesterday. So people are like, who is this John Bunn Films? And it's like, they go over to my page. And then that same day I've posted a bunch on my stories and they're like, oh, that's the filmmaker from the event. Mm-hmm. He was working hard. I'm going to follow him because I want to see Emily's wedding film whenever it's done. But using the tool to like use your spidey senses, get creative on like how you can connect with people that you're at weddings, how you can connect with them whenever you don't even know them yet. A couple of people that I've connected with recently, as I'm trying to push towards and past making 20,000 per wedding film. Some of the higher end wedding planners, I've started following people that I have a connection through some of my photographer friends. And I've started to like and comment. And I sent a DM to a story the other day from somebody who was like, wow, that's awesome. This photographer told me about you and oh my goodness, your work's amazing. And she responded back, thanks so much. Be great to work with you one day. And like, that's it. I left it. I just took a handshake. And as time goes by, I'm still connecting. Nick, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty passionate about this. I could talk about it for hours, but I'm not going to. I will say this though. We have like we said earlier in the episode, we are actually creating an Instagram mastery bonus course for people that are in our complete wedding videography course. We're releasing it later this year, and we're going to go deep on all things Instagram. So if you're not part of the course and you were already considering it, maybe this will push you over the edge for the complete wedding videography course. Nick, anything to add about connecting, or do you have any bonuses that you want?
No, I don't have anything else about connecting, but I think dovetailing into that very nicely, just this bonus tip is you need to be intentional about what you are doing what you are doing in your business. You need to be intentional, but specifically today on Instagram, you need to be intentional. Okay. You need to show up a certain way. Again, you're having a personality, how you're formatting your things, the things that you're writing, the reels that you're putting out, the consistency, these connections that you're making, they all need to be intentional. And whenever you start being intentional about the things that you do, then that's whenever you are going to reap the benefits. You are going to find those couples that you want to work with. You are going to find those vendors that you want to work with and potentially work with them because you are being intentional. And that is really what we are talking about in this little 5-day workshop we're doing, Instagram with Intention. If you would like to sign up for that, and this is going to be something that we are running this week, but you're going to be able to sign up for it if you're listening to this 6 months after the podcast. Just head over to howtofilmweddings.com/intention. If you head over to that website, you can sign up and you will get daily videos for about 5 days, giving you all of the information, being intentional on your Instagram account. And like I said, that 31-day content calendar. John, what do you have?
I had an idea, and I'm just going to go for it. If you send a DM to our Instagram account with the word intention, if you're one of the first 10 people to do that, I will personally review your Instagram profile today. So if you're listening to this too late, sorry if it's 2 or 3 days after we post it, but send us a DM with the word intention, and I'll give you a free review of your Instagram page just for listening this far into the podcast. Hope that's okay with you, Nick. It's not taking any of your time, but I will personally review it because I think it's really important that we get intentional this year. And that's why we're doing this workshop. That's why we have our course. That's why we do this, because we want to help you. Like with a message, we did a mentorship session earlier today, and our friend basically just said, hey, I was in a really bad spot, and now I'm in a really good spot. And it's because I listened to you guys. I've joined your course. I've done these things, and I got really intentional about my business, and now my life has changed, and I'll never be able to repay you. I obviously don't think that he would have done it on his own, most likely, but that is what we're here for. We want life change for you. We want you to feel like you can get intentional with your business. So don't skip out if you're interested in the course. Don't skip out if you're interested in our intention workshop for Instagram. Get involved, get intentional with your business. And if you don't, you're going to be sitting here this time next year wishing you would have done it this year. So don't be that person. Future you is calling, Nick. Future you is calling.
I know. And are you going to pick up? I don't know. Are you going to? Anyway, again, guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode. Hopefully, the 5 Instagram mistakes that we have seen is something that will kind of perk your ears up and perk your eyes up, and so that you can just think about some of these things. Go in, give yourself an audit. Do you need to change any of these things? Again, head over to howtofilmweddings.com/intention. There, you can sign up for our free 5-day Instagram with Intention little challenge. Again, that 31-day content calendar is included at that towards the end of the week. John, it has been incredible to see you, to hang out with you.
Always.
Listeners, thank you for tuning in. And until next time, we will see you.
Are you looking for a better way to deliver your wedding films to your couples? Look no further. Our friends over at Wedflow provide the most flexible video delivery solution on the market. Wedflow is pay per project with no large upfront cost or commitment, and you can cancel anytime. Not only that, Wedflow offers a premium viewing experience for your couples. Accessible on mobile, tablet, desktop, as well as their very own suite of TV apps. Each project comes with 10 years hosting and an experience for your clients that will blow them away. Stop delivering your films the old-fashioned way and give your couples something to rave about. Head on over to howtofilmweddings.com/Wedflow to check out Wedflow today.